Hi there, in this video I'm going to share with you the 3 main reasons why your voice might sound bad when you sing. Now within those 3 reasons I'm going to touch on the underlying reasons that create those 3 main reasons. So I'm actually going to give you 13 reasons why your voice might sound bad when you sing. But that's not a very catchy title. Before we dive in, remember to hit the like button, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get all of my future videos. I want to thank all of my subscribers so far. Now, many of you who are watching and who are repeat watchers haven't yet subscribed. So make sure that you do that. It just helps me to let the algorithm know that these videos are valuable, and so that YouTube will push them out to other people so we can help even more singers and build this community. Reason number 1 why you might sound bad when you sing is bad pitching. That means not being able to sing in tune. And there are underlying reasons for that. The first is that you just might not be able to hear the tune. I've worked with singers who have come to me without and feeling like they're tone deaf. There isn't such a thing as tone deaf. And really what's happening is that they're not used to listening. Now, in a full song, such as you would hear on the radio or at a gig, there's lots and lots of sounds going on. So let's go with a live band. Let's go with a band. So we've got drums, guitar, bass. You might also have keyboards, you might have a horn section, and you might have more than one voice going on. You've usually got backing vocals as well. Now, even in synthesized music that hasn't been created with live instruments, that's been created on a computer, let's say, then there are still lots of drum sounds going on. We've got lots of low sounds which create those bassy sounds. We've got higher pitches and different timbres and different tones. We've got lots of effects going on as well. So you might find it difficult to pick out that one vocal melody. And so what I encourage you to do is when you're listening to a song, before you even start singing it, figure out which is the main melody, the main tune, and just pick out that main tune just for a few lines. So listening to a full song is quite tiring if you're not used to doing it. So just the main chorus, the bit that you know really well, and just listen to where it goes up and down, where it stays the same. The other thing is where the rhythms are. So a lot of people may know the tune, but they may not know where the stops and starts are. Another reason that you may not be able to sing in tune is that you don't have control of your voice yet. Now this comes with practice. It also comes with learning techniques, but I'm going to go into technique in a little bit. So being able to control your breath, to not push, that's going to help you to control the way that you sing in tune. So that leads us on to the 3rd reason why you may not be able to sing in tune. It's just that you're pushing too hard, particularly if you find it difficult to sing through the middle part of your voice and up to high notes. Now, there is a misconception that that a lot of people think that they can't sing high notes, but actually if you were to do something like woo or squeak like a mouse, you can hit those notes, which means you can sing those notes. Where we get confused or where we get challenged is in the middle part of our voice, where the voice goes from low to high and we get that kind of flip and our voice cracks and breaks because we don't have control. So those are the main reasons why you may not be singing in tune on pitch. Reason number 2 that you might sound bad when you sing is vocal strain. Now, vocal strain can be caused by a lot of things. Over singing is one of them. Lack of technique is the main one. So not using proper vocal techniques, not knowing how to use your voice, and not understanding what your voice needs to do in order to make the sounds that you want to make. The best way to improve your vocal technique is to go to one-to-one vocal lessons, but not everyone can access these. There are lots of reasons for that, which is one of the reasons that I make these videos on YouTube. So in my how-to and my demonstration videos, I show you exactly how to use these techniques, how to create the sounds, and how to keep your voice safe when you sing so that you don't strain. Now, not all voice coaches do that. There are lots of reasons for that. I do go into that in another video. But I want to help as many singers as possible on YouTube because I know not everyone has access to one-to-one singing lessons. Now, if you are interested in singing lessons with me, I do have a couple of spaces and I am working with people who have found me on YouTube, so it is possible. All you need to do is go into the description, go to where it says book a singing consultation, click the link there, book yourself in. We'll spend about 30 minutes together and we'll figure out where you are with your voice, how I can help you, and we'll take it from there. Now, another reason why you might be straining when you sing is that you're ignoring the signs. If you know that a certain note is too high for the way that you're singing the song, but you go for it anyway, let me see if I can demonstrate. So if I were singing a song like Rise Up by Andra Day, if I were to strain it, I might do something like this. I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up. That sounds terrible. I'm really pushing and forcing the sound, and we don't need to do that. I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Okay, so you don't need to push when you know how to use your voice properly and you use the right techniques. The other reason that you might be straining your voice is that your high notes sound very light and soft, and maybe you think they sound too weak, especially if you sing the lower notes very strong and hard. The sound doesn't flow as well, and so you're trying to push up into those high notes to make the song flow better and to make those sounds sound more consistent. But when you know how to navigate your voice, how to transition from those low notes to the high notes, and you use the right techniques to make those high notes stronger, it's going to flow much more easily and you'll sound much more tuneful and consistent when you sing. The third reason why you might sound bad when you sing, why did I do that? You know what I mean. The third reason that you might sound bad when you sing is that you're just trying too hard. And I hear this all the time, even with people who are really quite tuneful and have established a reasonable technique. So what a lot of people do is swoop into songs. So now I found that this does happen a lot with older singers, and the reason for that is years ago in the 50s, 60s, and even into the 70s a little bit, those recording artists used to swoop into their lines, into their words, particularly singers like Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and those types of singers. So if we take a song like Crazy by Patsy Cline, she sings, crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. Now, swooping would sound like this, crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. Now, I've overdone it, but this is what a lot of singers do. What you need to do then is go through your entire range before you even get to the note, and it drags the song down, it slows it down, and it just takes away the momentum and makes it really feel quite a really slow, draggy song. So going from crazy, I'm crazy to crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely, will also help you with the tunefulness of your voice, because you'll be more accurate when you pitch onto the note. So land on the note rather than swooping up to it. That will help to improve the sound of your singing voice. Another thing that you might be doing when you're Something else that you might be doing when you're trying too hard to sing is adding vocal flips where you don't need them. Now, there is a trend for vocal flips, and that's that kind of that kind of sound. There is a way of doing vocal flips properly, but what some people do, they really enjoy singing and sometimes they don't even realize that they're doing it. They put them all over the place. Let's take Chandelier by Sia. If you were to sing, it's up here. I wanna swing. You might sing, now, here and there, it doesn't sound bad, but if you do it all over the place, it's just too much. I wanna swing from the chandelier. Again, I'm overdoing it, but you get the drift. Also, when you're doing it too much and you're not doing it properly with the right technique, it fatigues your voice and it makes your voice weaker. So when you learn how to do vocal flips properly and you add them sparingly, you're actually going to sound better. So the best ways to improve your singing are to establish strong chest voice and strong head voice. So chest voice is down here, you'll feel it resonating in your chest. And head voice is those higher parts where it sounds thinner and lighter. You must establish head voice and chest voice before you attempt anything else, because it's not going to work if you don't know how to sing chest voice and head voice. I'm getting confused here, rubbing my stomach and patting my head. The reason for that is that the advanced vocal techniques involve you combining the two. So if you don't know how to use one or the other, you won't be able to combine them properly. So we want a mixed voice, blended register, mixed register. The phrase is interchangeable, the terms are interchangeable, but they mean the same thing. The combination of your chest voice with your head voice so that you can transition through your range and sing more advanced vocal techniques. And I'm going to give you 2 ways that you can start doing that if you don't already know how. So the first exercise is an ooh, and we're going to sing down. So let's start here. We're going to sing down. Hopefully these notes cover everyone's range. If this feels too high, then you can take it down or just wait until I reach a place that feels comfortable for you. So I'm going to go down first and then I'm going to come up in pitch and come down again. So it sounds like this. Ooh. And you want to approach it lightly, so we're not going ooh. We don't need to do that. Ooh. And at this point, actually, the lighter the better. And you can add strength to it as you improve your technique and as you improve your control. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, and very low for me. So let's come up for those people with singers with higher voices. Let's start here, and that's E and ooh, ooh, lightly. And let's come up again for those singers with higher voices. And lightly. exercise is the 9-note scale. This is something that I started learning on my very first singing lesson with my singing teacher back then, who was called Debbie. And we're going to sing again to oo, because oo is a nice small vowel and it's easier to control than r. And we're going to sing So if you practice exercises like that every day, in a couple of weeks, you're going to find that it's much easier for you to transition through the whole of your range, and your singing voice is going to sound much smoother. You'll find it more enjoyable to sing, and your bad singing voice is going to sound a lot nicer. If you are really serious about singing, I do recommend that you take my free 5-day singing course. You'll find the link in the description or in the pinned comment. Just go to that link there, pop your details in, and I'll send that directly to your inbox. If you don't find that comes to your inbox, then check your spam or your junk, and make sure that you make me a contact, and that way you're going to get those lessons every single day into your inbox. I trust that this has helped you to understand more about why your voice might not sound as good as you would like it to, and how you can start to improve your singing voice without too much effort. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay hydrated. Ciao!